surprised to see me.
Hey everyone, it's Inspector Allison and Inspector Will, or Detective Allison and Detective Will, whatever my mood is for that day.
Detective Chief Inspector and...
there you go.
Minion.
Yeah.
Inspector Minion.
PFC.
Welcome to our QuiltNCode Live. It is warm in here, so we are going to strip just a little bit. We were just wanting
Sounds
to...
explicit.
We were just wanting to give you a little focus on our Mystery 5-0 that's happening this Saturday. Completely free program. All you need is 6 fat quarters. We have bundles. If you are interested, you can check all of this stuff out at our website. Lanny is actually going to put a link in the description right here so that you can go right there. And you're going to sign up for our private Facebook group. And everything on Saturday will start happening at 11 a.m.
Eastern.
And it's across the, Eastern, because we may have folks. I forgot in our Facebook group that
we might have folks in Newfoundland.
That would be awesome. So 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's happening the same time across the country and wherever in the world, so that clues do not get released ahead of time. And I have started, Mom's already made a couple. Kai has already made one. Kai's has turned into a very special project that you'll have to stay tuned for after the big reveal on Saturday, because I will have something special coming out right after that. And then we move straight into the Hawaiian Paradise. And so the Hawaiian Paradise is also a mystery, right? We've already picked out our costumes and everything for the Hawaiian Paradise mystery, quarterly mystery. And so that will be starting, we'll be getting you all prepared for that to happen in August. And so that right away, we're already planning and preparing and getting our costumes and that type of thing. And
all I'm planning is drinks.
You are.
And so
Will has planned drinks to celebrate the Hawaiian
Well, I gave Allison
Paradise.
I gave Allison the options.
Right.
And of course great. She picked Mai Tai.
Yep. One of
which
my
is
favorites.
Funny because as I was looking up the recipes, there are many. Like the original Mai Tai is just a bar drink that was made in the United States somewhere, not Hawaii. And it has rum, which is Caribbean. And it doesn't have pineapple. It doesn't have
coconut,
hibiscus, or coconut. It's like, what is Hawaii about it? Well, it turns out that it was made popular in an Elvis movie called Blue Hawaii.
So...
And it has been associated with Hawaii ever since, as far as I can see, as a tiki drink.
So you have some comments. So Bonnie says good evening and hi.
Hey,
hello,
Bonnie.
Hannah.
Oh,
hey, Hannah.
I warned Hannah ahead of time that we would be going live. So
nice.
Thanks for joining me, baby.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Okay, cool. So these are the bundles we have left. We actually had to make some more of the
Enchanted Garden.
The Enchanted Buds.
Buds. Yeah.
And then there was another one that we're out of. And so we're like, oh, this is really, really cool that we have sold out of some. But we can make a couple more, I think, of the Enchanted Buds. We already made a couple more. And then whichever one is missing, I can't remember which one is missing.
There was one we can't make another one of.
Oh, maybe we can't make another. We can't make another one of this one. Just so you know. This one, which is...
That's the sunflower...
This is the Sunflower Garden. Sunflower Garden is, when it's gone, and there's 2 left, it's gone. Kitty Cats, this is the one I'm playing with, and I will be featuring throughout the day on Saturday, and I'm so excited because I am already, it's just, oh my God, so adorable. So I'm having a blast. And so things have been like pretty intense in the shop this week just because we're trying to get everything ready for Saturday. And it was, and so I have a young minion coming in, Gray. He's going to be coming in to do our, during the summers, we invite teenagers in to help us out with, stuff. And he's going to be coming in to help me out with videoing. And he was so sweet. He was like, oh my gosh. After he'd like videoed like 3 or 4 videos of mine, he's like, this is a lot. And I said, yes, it is. And he goes, you're going to need my help on Saturday. I will be here. And I'm like, really? Oh, thank you so much. And he was the one who created the last little flying video for me. And so I was like, oh.
But he didn't tell his mother.
Right? Oh, yeah, I'm not really worried. Sarah, I'll let him do whatever.
So you have 2 comments. Bonnie says she's got the blue bundle and it's ready to go.
Right?
And then Sue Ellen was asking, did you notice that the girl was using her featherweight backwards in the mystery video?
Yes. So there are definitely some issues with the videos. For instance, I want you to watch her hair. Teresa, who has been working so hard behind the scenes to make all of this possible for us, she just gave up on the hair. She said she couldn't make it happen anymore. And so the idea here is that you are watching for the concepts and not so much for the AI generated content. And so you're looking for the main plot of the story to come through. And yes, poor Teresa has been hearing it about the hair. She's been hearing it about the featherweight. There's a few other little things in there. And so I don't know, it's kind of fun to like go and say, oops, throughout it all.
Sue Ellen said she thought maybe it was her superpower.
Right? Maybe I am going with that. That is so awesome. Yes, we're going with, that's Laura's superpower. So, all right. I'm ready
before
to drink.
the ice
Let's do it.
melts.
Okay, go, drink.
So your standard Mai Tai has 2 rums. It has a light rum and a dark rum. I've also seen it made with a spiced rum. So we're going to play around with a taste test this evening, since we have both. And
Or all 3.
well, we have both the dark and the spiced. And
we have
also it contains. I have no idea how the French have decided any of their vowels sound, and why they have so many silent letters. But this is called orgeat. It is spelled orgeat, O-R-G-E-A-T. I've also seen people refer to it as orgeat. It's like so it is an almond syrup that I was unable to find or make because I'm not going to juice a pound of almonds. So I am substituting an amaretto, which is allowed in some of the other recipes. All it will do is add a little bit of a roasted almond or a toasted almonds flavor instead of sort of an almond milk flavor. I have simple syrup here just in case the and the triple sec is substituting for curacao. It's a very good triple sec, and you won't be able to really tell the difference between that orange liqueur versus the other orange liqueur, except in your wallet. Will you make the drink? So,
He's talking too much.
Well, like
I'm talking too much. I started to talk about this drink, and she went on about videos again. Would you like to take over once more?
No, it's just It's my favorite drink, so move on.
Well, if it was your favorite drink, you should have let me start making it.
We had a rum emergency before this.
We did. I thought I had left the bottle of my Bacardi Silver here. I must have taken it home or not had it to begin with. So we start with an ounce and a half. And try not to spill all over the table.
Over until the bottle's empty.
You see, I moved all the fabric to the front because he was getting ready to...
Well, I have spigots to put on these, and of course they're not
they're MIA.
available at the moment. Oh, there we go. Had to break the seal. Sugary. Okay, 3/4 of an ounce of the orange liqueur, whether curacao or triple sec.
But you don't have a 3/4.
So I guesstimated that one.
A little bit more won't hurt it.
And because I have not committed it to memory. Back up, bring that back up. Same amount of lime.
So Hannah thinks she's solved the mystery of the missing Bacardi. She says she thinks you took it to the house for drinks over Christmas.
Well,
Hannah,
that would
Hannah,
be
that's what I said.
possible if I hadn't used it in the last video, but I may have taken it home for drinks between the last video and now.
Right, see,
So,
Hannah, I was thinking the same thing. I think you took it home.
half an ounce of the orgeat.
Which is,
This is Di Sorona Amaretto, and I'm holding off on the simple syrup until we have a chance to taste it. And we'll start with the dark rum. It's only a half ounce.
Sue Ellen says she needs a good drink. She's getting the kiddos cold.
Oh.
she's getting the kiddos
As in
cold.
she's getting
Sick.
cold from the kiddos.
Oh, no.
So we give this a...
We're a hot toddy pencil.
Right?
This one's not supposed to...
Did you
Did
put anything in there?
you
No.
put anything what?
That's not how it works, Mother.
I didn't
we've
hear
got-
what she said. So.
She asked about the mint.
Oh, yeah.
The mint
Okay,
is just the
on top.
garnish.
So that you just smell it. I asked about that earlier. That's how I know. Okay, this is the one that's the regular dark
This
rum,
is the
right?
one that's regular dark rum.
Not the spice.
I'm supposed
be
to
a-
drink it with a straw.
Supposed to be a smaller straw than that, but I didn't cut them in half. And then you're supposed to do this to the mint so that it smells when you
So it's fragrant.
put it. And so
See,
there's
this
the
is
one
not
with
the Mai
just...
Tais I usually drink. So,
So see
we'll
if that's
I like
sweet
this or
enough.
not.
Your Mai Tais come in a can.
I know they do, and they're so good.
Sue Ellen also said it would be helpful if winter was
Sweet enough? Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's try it with the spiced rum now.
You know what? This is better than the canned stuff.
Uh-oh.
It should be.
It's more
Yeah.
work than the canned stuff.
It is definitely more work than
It
the
also
canned
shouldn't
stuff.
have the sulfites of the canned stuff.
It's not as sweet as the canned stuff.
That's
I can
And that
sweeten
might be
it.
why I like it.
That's because
Okay.
he held off on the simple syrup.
So once again, our orange. We're in competition with How to Drink, the YouTube channel. We're How Not to Drink. Because he's got a beautiful setup and he knows what he's doing.
You know what you're doing. You just only do it once a month.
And he doesn't practice at home.
No, we only drink once a month. Come on, people.
That's true.
Most of the time.
Unless
Right.
the customers have been in trouble.
Right. And Lanny says unless the customers have been trouble, and at which point then we go home and... But he's been complaining that we don't have any alcohol in the house. And yet... the time he remembers it is when our 19-year-old son is going to the grocery store, and he's like, I can't ask him to get it, so guess we won't be having alcohol again tonight.
And this is the one, this will be the spiced rum.
Oh, that's good.
And in an effort to try to not spill on the table, I'll
That's
tip
okay.
the big one out.
We have Grandma here. She can go get us a washcloth. Do I get to try this one too?
Yep. I don't seem to have a straw, so I guess you're going to have to...
Do what?
You don't get to drink them all.
Oh,
taste
Lanny
them
says I can't drink them all.
Here comes the taste test that...
You didn't put them in here.
Oh, yeah.
She needs crackers.
So, this one has a little bit of a bitterness to it.
Okay. Well, it should.
This
Be,
one-
I could see that because it would have it has the various spices.
So this one I would want more sugar in. This one I'm fine with.
Okay.
Isn't that funny? Okay, Grandma, come and...
Well, he's got to taste it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So this one seems sweeter. I don't think it is. I think there's just a bitterness about that one.
Because of the spiced rum. You actually try this one first, Mom.
Most of the straws are downstairs. And Privys and Prim, I forget who that is.
Oh, that's Doreen. Hey, Doreen.
So she's on, she says drink up as long as you're not drinking and cutting fabric.
Yes, I'm not cutting any fabric and drinking. No.
You're not driving or cutting fabric.
And I don't drive. See, that's why I have Lanny here.
Who has to go? You all have fun.
Do you agree? She's thinking about it.
I
So
like that one better.
let's try.
Right? She likes the same one I... Okay, so he's going to put some sugar in it this time.
See what happens.
Well, Kai could taste it, or they could taste it. It's just simple syrup.
Doreen, I saw your last bags on Facebook. They were fantastic. And I've been working with vinyl, and that all the tips and stuff that you've been telling me in the shop that we were telling you to do, I have been thinking of you every time I use them. Such as using a walking foot and that type of thing.
All right, so what happens when you sweeten it up? Not much.
No, but it's more tolerable.
Yep. I think I like the classic better too.
Right, classic. Go with classic.
Because we know this is a very nice spiced rum. We've had
Right.
this.
But
So,
the flavors just aren't blending as well as the...
right.
Yeah, cool. So Mom's going to go get a...
So I'll have to get I'll have to get rid of this one.
Yeah,
So I can
I'm
do the good
sorry.
one.
I'm sorry.
Luckily, Kyla's driving tonight. So.
Right?
Kyla, would you like a drink?
Sure.
Make her this one.
Classic.
We heard her. They are in the background. They said yes, they would like one. Mom, do you want one? So, while he's making a couple of more drinks, and Mom is getting ready to let me wipe off this table a little bit, I'm going to wipe it off over here. I am going to go ahead and show you a little bit of a project that I'm working on. I am making a pattern for it. It's a super simple pattern. It's not something that you need to, it's the perfect beginner quilt. But
And then you can taste this one too, which has the spice one.
they're doing more taste tests on my drink. He might have to make me another one if everyone keeps drinking my drink.
I don't know how we're gonna.
Right?
That's Allison's.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. So,
And this is the one that has spice one.
yeah, we're letting you taste them. You're good. Okay, so I'm going to bring up, Kai, could you switch so that folks can see the little camera as well?
She can have a drink.
And not yet. I want to show the actual. So I am working. I found this fabric. It's a QT fabric called Spring Bling. And this fabric has 42 different designs on it. There are mushrooms and flowers and dragonflies, and I absolutely fell in love with it because it's a different design for each one of those 42 little guys. And so
Classic bitter too.
they are all 5 inches, so I have trimmed all of them down to 5.5, and you can go ahead, Kai, and put to the little camera. That would be awesome.
Let's see if this is the button.
Okay, yay, look at that. Okay, so,
Since I used it last.
right, I don't know where Laney went. He ran off to something, but.
He had to leave.
Oh, he had to leave because he has to work tonight. That's right. He has another job. So, anyway, so I I have cut them all down to where they're 5.5 inches. Okay. And they are all just absolutely precious. Well, I had, when I was going to do this, I had, and I might be able to show you this on the screen, I had chosen a, you know, in my head, I thought, I'm going to go with the pinks and the purples, and I had like completely gone the pink and purple route. And then I put it into EQ8. And EQ8 is a program that allows you to do, let's see if I can get it up here. Oh, there we go. So EQ8 is a program that allows you to design your own quilts, okay? And so I was going with this like pinky color. I didn't have any fabrics picked out yet or anything, but I was able to put in my little designs. They're not perfect, but they're in there. And then I found that after I had picked out a whole bunch of colors that went with the squares themselves, that I went ahead and put the fabrics in so that I could then see what would look the nicest. And so you can see, wait a minute, I'm going to go back so that you can see that I had changed the colors. That one was cool. I liked that one. That one was a little darker. And then, but I was playing with the different colors, and it was so easy to be able to switch the colors out. And then I discovered that this dark color, just this was the one I liked the best. And so over here, I have, because I was able to see it, I was able to go ahead and start making my squares. And so this is the project that I am working on. All it is it's going to be sashing that is 1 inch. And then these are 5 inch, 9 patches. Well, they're measuring to 5.5. They'll end up being 5.
I told you I had to go away.
They will end up being...
The bad one
It's gone
disappeared.
Now. It disappeared. Okay. And so that is a project that I'm currently working on.
Bad. It's just.
Right. Mom says it's not bad. Grandma, Mom, back there, my mother. She's interchangeably grandma, mom, and hey you.
That's true.
So, and everyone calls her grandma and everyone calls her mom. So, my mom and I have figured out how much of each fabric now that I need. I mean, EQ8 will tell me roughly what I need to do, but it doesn't, I like to do these 9 patches in a certain way, and it doesn't do it that way. It's going to break every little piece down. So we have worked on that, and that's where the pattern is coming in. And so Mom and I are working on this pattern, and I thought I'd be able to do some of this today. I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to, but tomorrow, because I worked so hard today on all that Mystery 5.0 stuff, that to get it ready for you guys on Saturday, I think that I will be able to play tomorrow. Okay, so that is not the only panel that comes with this particular set. We may have, oh, I didn't show you this. So this is the fabric that will go, and I don't know if I can make this big enough. This is the fabric that's going to go in between. I think it's just going to be fantastic. There we go.
Oh, that is pretty.
Right? And then I would never have, because I am, you know me, bright, cheery. I don't know that I would have chosen this fabric. I think what I was choosing this fabric for was, I don't know, but when I started, in other words, it was not my first choice, but I said I had like 10 different blenders and stuff that I could put with this and the program, and just seeing what colors, and then this one like took the stage, man. I was like, whoa, that breaks everything up just perfectly for me. So the other piece that we're looking at is this one. It sounds like somebody's saying something online.
Hannah says, does the hat even fit on the big bald head?
Does the hat even fit on the big bald head? The hat is a hoot. And Lanny was so funny because as we were getting started this evening, he's like, you guys need to do a blooper video of all the, like, when we're doing our videos, Mom will say, okay, now you come in closer and then you turn and you see each other and you walk away, or, you know, that type of thing. And so, and then I mute all that stuff and put music behind it and everything. And the hat, there was one time when literally we should have just kept, he had a running commentary for like 5 minutes. And Kyla in the background is going, we should have just kept the camera running. We would have had footage for 3 years. It was hilarious. So we should really just have a camera on him at all times.
I was just channeling my inner diva.
Right. I mean,
honestly, the catering department didn't even bring my baguette. I was livid.
So Hannah loves the dragonflies. Bonnie likes it too.
and then here's the butterflies. So these are a bigger, I don't know how big this block is, and I don't know what I am doing with it yet. I wanted, because the mushrooms are, I'm into mushrooms right now.
I did put that,
I know that
block in for you to play with. It's
oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's in the EQ8 now. So, and now that I have figured out, so I put the fabric into the EQ8. Well, you're gonna laugh. Okay, and I couldn't get the daggone thing. I couldn't get the daggone thing to measure right, and it turned out that the reason why I couldn't get the thing to measure right was because my blocks were 9 inches instead of 5. I kept trying to figure out why in the world isn't the thing going into the block right. Yeah.
Done that.
Right. And then once I figured it out, I was like, oh, no, I'm dangerous. Right, it's been a while since I've played with EQ8, though, so it's been fun.
And Bonnie thinks she bought the butterfly.
See, Bonnie, you need a pattern, or you need to tell me what you're doing with it so that I can share it with others.
If you need to repeat what I said, I think.
Oh, Bonnie said that she thinks she's got the butterflies, and so that's why I was saying, Bonnie, you need to either tell me what you're doing with it, because I would love to share with others, or I need to do something with it so you'll know what to do. Cool. You may switch to the big camera, please.
And Hannah says that
Keep the small camera ready, though.
Oh, keep the small camera ready.
You're right. He was made for the screen.
So,
Right? Oh, we have a
I
learning
was made
section.
as a screen. What are you talking about? I take up the whole screen.
Right? I mean, look who's in the hot seat tonight.
That's right.
That means I get to slip off and I
Well-
get to drink my drink.
Yes, you can
Okay.
do that. So, if you noticed the ad for tonight, you also saw the Squatch. My forebears have their own quilt now. This kit will be put together after I have finalized the pattern. But as I was making this, this is the second one of these that I have used this lavish border fabric that QT puts into many of its lines. And I say lavish because a standard border fabric, you get, you can use this little bit here, or you can decide to use this little bit here. But this one came with a full 12-inch run, duplicated
Three times?
3 times for the little feet and 4 times for the swatch and the mountains. You know what? I forgot the
sample?
example pieces down next to the sewing machine.
I'll go get them.
And in doing so, you notice that there is
You can go faster.
there's a heck of a lot of detail here, and lots of straight lines that when you miter, you'll be able to see glaring errors. And many times at shows, we have shown off the Caterpillar. The Caterpillar is a light box. There are This is the Caterpillar Mini. We have the Caterpillar regular and the Caterpillar Pro. The Caterpillar Pro comes with a battery, so I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if I had the Caterpillar Pro, but I'm going to have to reach down here and plug in my Caterpillar. And the reason I'm showing this is, in the past, as I have used these borders, I have ripped at least one and had to just say, "Ugh, I'll take it," on others. And you would not believe how close can this get? Let's see.
Just don't show the floor, okay?
How, oh, it's under the light. Who put that cord there? Okay. Kyla, if you could switch to the small small camera.
Just the small camera?
Yeah, just the small camera. And I'd like to show you how I managed to line these up, because I am extremely proud of how these lined up. And not it.
Found it.
Found it. Okay. So here you go. As you can see, my lines come to darn near perfect 90-degree meetings. And oh no! So how did I do this? It was, you can switch back to the big one. It was the Caterpillar. My standard had always been, I'm going to place this on the table, and I would get the miter, set, and then I would hope, without the light, I would hope to see through as they are lined up. Let's get them lined up proper.
It's really, really hard to
So yeah, it's really
hard to do it the wrong way now.
Through the fabric. Now QT's got nice fabric that does have a little bit of an opacity to it or a transparency to it, so you can see through. But I do a lot of this. Mm-hmm. A lot of, okay, is that? Well, I didn't do that. The first one, I started looking at it and I went, no, I want to be able to see through it. So I pulled out the Caterpillar and the light box here, and I was able, if you want to do the camera in camera, let's see if I've got this right. How good can I show it? So as I was lining these up, you can see
sewing machine.
You can see that, like right here, I'm able to see through so much easier and just get them perfectly lined up. And then I would pin it, and I would go on to the next one, and I would pin there and I'd pin there. And by the time I was done, I got
Now you're doing a 45-degree angle, correct?
Yes.
And so did you have your ruler on the fabric as you were pinning?
No.
So all you were doing was...
All I did was line it up. Let's see, do we have a pin?
Oh, yeah.
Right in front of you. Right.
So I would just get this, so that I knew that my line was correct. And I had already marked my 45.
Yeah, go ahead and put the...
For the camera is sort of in the way.
Oh,
That
sorry. So I would just line it up and pin. And I would have, I already struck my line with my friction pen. I had my 45 drawn on the fabric that was on top.
Now I get you. Okay.
And
that's why I was wondering if you'd had your 45.
Right, I would just pin along the 45, making sure that where the lines, like I'm not too worried here, I'm not too worried here, but when I get to a line, I'm going to make sure that they line up proper, and then I would pin along the 45 that I had drawn. Then I sew on that 45, I opened it up, and
it was perfect every time.
3 out of 4 are perfect, and 1 is so darn close that
It's acceptable.
it's beyond acceptable. Because acceptable was when I had done it the old way, not being able to see through, and was doing a lot of the flip board,
Right.
and or flip book. What's the Illustrator term? Whatever it is. And I would do a lot of this back and forth and hope by the time that I had it pinned and I went through, it was good. And like on the owl quilt, if anyone cares to look back a year, the owl quilt had a similar large border like this that I had done, and I only got one close to perfect. The
Versus
others
the
were
three.
the other three were acceptable. This one is 3 perfect and 1 beyond acceptable. It is just off by a 1/16 of an inch. I mean, you have to be a meticulous son of a in order to see that this is wrong. And I am a meticulous SO, but well, Mom's not. Well, depends on the squatch that sired me. Anyway. So those people at shows that we've met who have seen the Caterpillar, and they aren't into applique. They aren't into the various other designed functions for the Caterpillar. When it comes to something like this, if you have a mitered border with a design that you want to line up, you cannot beat it. I was completely sold as soon as I did.
Right. I have never seen anyone. I mean, that is definitely not a use that the Caterpillar company has demonstrated. So that's kind of cool.
So I may do a video for them on this process.
Now, before you get to that, I mean, we've now talked about how you get that gorgeous, perfect mitered edge.
Right.
But how are you attaching it to the quilt before you do this?
Okay, so
example?
do we have a friction pen up here?
Do we have a friction pen? Yes, I'm sure I do. In the other room. I'll have to go get it.
Around here. So I attach the quilt. Basically, I lay the border out. It's almost impossible to do borders correctly with a mitered border, where you are measuring and you're pinning in the middle, pinning on the ends, and then you pin. What I did was, I'm going to say this piece is my quilt, and this piece is my border, and my quilt ends here. I'm giving myself a mark 1/4 of an inch in. Yeah. So 1/4 of an inch in, I am giving myself a mark. And I pin in the middle and then work my way out lightly. I don't stretch the fabric. I lay it down and I pin it so that the fabric is laying naturally. So there's no pull one way or the other. So I'm not stretching the border. I'm not stretching the quilt itself. And I had put in an inner border here that was performed correctly. And so were the...
You did the feet too, right?
I did the feet too. So in this pattern, because there were only 3 runs of feet, I had the feet sort of left over, but they're too cute. I could not
leave them out.
I could not leave the feet out. So I took that ribbon of feet, and the quilt is much longer than it is wide, so I could take 1/3 of, or cut one of the sides in half. And I did that, and like I said, I did those borders correctly, so I had squared up the quilt already.
Right.
If you are trying to attach this to a pieced quilt, then you may run into issues on square. But having that squared border already allowed for the mitered border to lay down and just leave it smooth but not taut.
Yeah.
And marking here, so I would stop sewing here,
1/4 of an inch from the end.
1/4 of an inch from the end. I would put on the other border, coming the other direction, and I would stop sewing here, 1/4 of an inch from the end.
Right.
And then I struck my 45 here, coming all the way down. And that's when I would line up on that 45. So I don't know if I can get much of a line. So I would line up on this 45, make sure that all of my items were correct, and
Stitch.
I could not believe it when I opened it up and looked and went, oh my God.
Heaven. Heaven.
Yes, it was quite amazing to see how brilliantly they lined up, and I was ecstatic. I immediately sent Allison a text, and I said, "Look what the caterpillar just did," because it wasn't me. I did nothing. It was the caterpillar. Being able to see that thing, it went together like a dream.
Well, and we now have the Ultra Caterpillar, so I need to bring that up here to show the different sizes.
Right?
I'm going to move over here so I'm back in camera. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Right? So, right? That's why I took it off a while ago.
There's a reason Sherlock wore these around England. They are
Right. They're very nicely made, and the magnifying glasses that we got, they're real magnifying glasses.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't have my magnifying glass tonight, because I am currently trying to repair a machine, and I pulled out the magnifying glass. This cheapo, here's your little
magnifying glass,
and it turns out that it's got a wonderful power on it, and I was.
It's been really nice.
I even managed to fix a
needle
threader,
right?
That our trainer said, you don't fix needle threaders. You replace it.
Yeah, you just buy a new
one.
one.
And I was able to finagle it together.
Right.
It'll last
Who
a
knows?
week. Or if she says she doesn't even use the thing because it's been broken for so long.
So there we go. She might start using it again. So yeah. Cool. So there you go. Another job for the caterpillar.
Yep.
And maybe, I was looking, you use that little bitty one. The little bitty one is really cute, and I love it for travel. But I'll bet you anything that would have been easier for you if you'd had the Ultra.
Probably, but it was perfect. It really was a good size for this particular one.
Yeah.
If I had
this
is now only an 8 to 10 inch.
Yeah.
If I'd had the full 12-inch run, and it was the feet, the mountains, the squatch, and I had 4 of those, I would have left the feet intact. Yeah. And that one, I would have of course used it this way rather than that way. So the Caterpillar Mini is
very versatile.
Just if you have not thought of if you have never thought that you could use a light box, give this a second thought. And if you still don't think so, that's fine. But if you...
we have found so many resources.
Right?
For that silly little box.
We opened the shop 6 years ago now.
Yep.
And I believe after month 3 or 4, my mother had been saying, you know what? We need to build a light box.
Right.
We need to build a light box. And for 5 years, she had said,
we need to build a light box.
I'm going to save a piece of glass, and we need to... And as a matter of fact, when our refrigerator died in year 4, I pulled out one of the pieces of glass, and I said, okay, we're going to use this for the light box. So I've got a piece of glass that is a nice tempered glass that we were going to build a light box. And then Allison discovered the Caterpillar. And it's better than anything I could have built.
Right?
And it's done.
Well, and it's so funny. Well, and a customer bought one because her husband was standing there going, yeah, if you wait for me to build it for you, honey.
Exactly.
It'll be a few years.
Right. So, if you have one of those husband engineers that... Or son engineers. Or what? Or daughter, yes. Yes, if you have one of those engineers that says, yes, I'll make that for you, give me
3 or 4 years.
just, yeah, I know you need it, Mom. I know.
Yeah.
I know you need it, honey.
So
The
last
windows
thing I-
worked well.
right, the last thing I'll say is that the reason why the Caterpillar was so enticing to me was the cutting board feature.
Right.
And every single one of them has a cutting feature on it. And it was like, I looked at that and said, oh, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, I can cut directly
now,
on it.
Right,
Oh,
now
no.
now we're done. So, yeah, I knew I needed it, but now I know that
Right.
it's like a necessity. Anyway, so we're going to stop there.
You can trace on it. You can what I've
oh my
done
gosh.
on it. Yeah, it's wonderful.
So we are going to actually have Keisha,
Product placement.
right? We're going to have Keisha on for a live to demonstrate all of those features on the Caterpillar. And
Keisha's going to have to tell me what kind of drink she wants.
right? So it's going to be great. So we're going to do that in the next month or two. I wanted to get through this silly Mystery 50 Saturday. This has been coming fast and furious, and it's so exciting, but it has been exhausting.
I've got...
He and I sat around today, played the whole thing, and we were both like, whoa.
I've got ideas, though. If you think little things fluttering out of here are... No.
So you just
We're
gotta...
going to have some fun.
So it's gonna be great. Which is see, I have been pushing all of the little extra stuff, and I've been like, okay, just do this for me. Okay, well, wait a minute. Okay, do this for me, and then I make it happen. But now it sounds like,
And Prince,
Doreen?
yes, Doreen.
she said I use the light box to trace my punch needle patterns into the weave.
Oh, yeah, punch needle pattern.
Yes.
Using to do punch needle patterns to do... I mean, you use it for paper piecing. You use
I
it
use
for...
it for everything
yeah.
now. It is sitting right here as it's like I have my mat for ironing and my ironing board. I have my sewing machine and I have my Caterpillar.
I mean, the funniest thing is, up until this point, I had used it to draw people in as they were walking by the booth.
Right.
When I am illuminated from below, apparently people come to say hi.
Right? So
Illuminated from above, they run and scream.
So we will stop there. Thank you so much. If you have not signed up for our Mystery 50 completely free, all you have to do is go to our website. The link is in the chat, and go to our Facebook page, hit join. You have to answer a few questions. Mom's like, we have something. So I'll get to you, Mom, in just a second.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like, subscribe.
Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment.
Share. All of that
Give
stuff.
all of our, we love the thumbs up, but tell me just how crazy I am.
So the link will take you to the website. The website will say join us. The join us is going to take you to the Facebook page, and you'll have to answer a couple questions. And one of those questions is, who's your favorite quilt store? And I understand if you do not, I will still let you in if you don't say QuiltNCode. It'll be okay. I will still let you in. I understand that other people have,
I have
quilt
2
stores.
children. She has 3 children. We know
Right,
what
we
it
get
means
it,
when you
that
ask
you have
about
to
the
share
favorite.
the love. Right, you have to share the love. So it's okay. It's okay. I will still let you in. And so we will see you Saturday. We have all sorts of fun stuff planned. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a whirlwind. I will be sleeping well Saturday night. I will tell you that. So we will see
My
you.
pie is Saturday afternoon.
So we will see you guys. Hopefully, everyone will be tuning into our Facebook page and we'll be doing a couple of lives during the day. And so, on Saturday, we hope we'll be able to check in with you guys.
And
So
Bonnie says see you Saturday.
Bonnie says, see you Saturday. Hi, right.
Hannah says, I love you all. You're both beautiful.
Oh, we love you too, Hannah. And
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Bonnie is just one of the examples that she's in Raleigh and she gets to do this with us. Mm-hmm. So that is so cool. And so I know Doreen's local and Hannah's up in Nova Scotia. And Hannah, Newfoundland.
Wow.
Hannah, I'm so sorry. Newfoundland. It's a drink.
There's
Yeah.
like 3 ends right next to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
There's New Brunswick, Newfoundland,
Nova
Nova
Scotia.
Scotia, and they're all separated by Prince Edward Isle.
So
Which isn't
Prims wants to know if you need help Saturday.
Oh, if we need help Saturday, we have got it covered because we have our little minion Gray coming in, and we have Will and Lanny, who thinks he's going to get the day off because I have so much help coming in. But he really,
And Mom and Alice, and Mom and Kyla will be running the store downstairs,
Right.
and we'll be.
so we're set.
good to go.
But thank you so much,
And
Doreen.
Sue Ellen says I love the mitered corners.
Right? See?
Oh yeah, I
Right?
mean, you wouldn't. You should see this in person. The camera doesn't do it justice.
Oh, and he didn't even show you that he found a Bigfoot long-arming pattern.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's got, I mean, like big
So,
feet.
I don't know if you can. Okay, so here's
Look at the big feet.
here's Bigfoot. I don't know if you can see it. He no, you can't see it. So Bigfoot is walking, and he has a great big foot here and a big foot here,
5 toes.
and yes, and I
right.
insisted upon him having 5 toes.
Okay, give me the other camera.
Just the small one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a tree.
Yep, here's the toes.
Here's the toes,
and here's the big foot.
and there's the Bigfoot.
He's walking. He's walking.
He's walking. We're bringing out our Dave, and then there's a mountain. This is a mountain,
Right, there's mountains, there's beautiful trees.
right? And another
He-
Bigfoot.
He may hide from you, but he can't hide from us.
He said he's here from the backside.
Oh, the backside is really busy, so I don't know that you can see it.
Yeah,
any
you
better.
wouldn't. You can't see it from the backside.
Yeah.
It's busy.
But that's a beautiful QT backing fabric that we no longer have because I used the rest of it.
So cool.
But QT is coming next week, and we will have more coming in July. We will have dragons.
We have been able to buy
We will
fabric.
have.
Yes.
Are dragons the next new fabric really coming in? I can't recall.
I don't remember what's coming because
Oh.
it's been like a few months since we've been able to get anything in. So, and we've gotten the shop hop fabric is coming in. We've just brought out just a couple of reps. We've had
Yep.
QT's our second rep since the storm.
And you have one coming Saturday or Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. That's
Yep.
QT. And then another rep. We really want to get Moda back out. Tracy's been so patient with us. And then, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
And then we had a sewing machine. Oh, see, we never are going to end this thing well. So we had a sewing machine on the thing. Last year, right before the storm, we had this big celebration because we had started selling sewing machines.
Right.
Well, then the storm hit. And, it's been 8 months since the storm. And so we're going to do it again
Well,
because.
But we're calling it a Customer Appreciation Day.
Yep.
So August 9, we will have we're starting at 10 a.m. and going through till at least 4, that we'll have all kinds of wonderful things going on.
Prizes,
demos
demos.
and door prizes, and
You'll get to see all the machines.
we're even going to do like hot dogs and
yes.
come on in.
Come on in
you
and
know,
have lunch.
and
Yep.
join us. We'll show you
Thank you for
tips and
getting us
tricks on how
through.
to clean your machine.
Right. Thank you for
and-
getting us through Helene.
Right, and special. we're even getting special pricing on our machines.
Yep.
So, not to tell you not to buy until August, but we'll have special pricing.
And then, yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah,
Prizes?
that's probably the last thing we should talk about.
Yeah, it's the last thing we should talk about.
Yeah,
I'm going to go finish my drink. We love you guys.
your drink's finished already? No,
No, I'm
mine
going to
is.
go finish.